this entire offseason. Just coming back from ACL, signed with a new team. There's a lot of early mornings out here, so it kind of all added up to getting back on the field, not starting on PUP, being with the guys, all that work to kind of get to this point, and then start with everybody fresh.
Oh, I thought you killed it in the conditioning test. I'm like, how does a guy get orange jersey day one?
Right. Yeah. No. It was. I think it was just the whole off season. So it was pretty cool to have Coach, recognize that, and it's like that's what you work for. This is where we wanted to be day one from 8 months ago, right? So it's good.
Alec, how significant was it for you to not start camp on PUP?
I think it's massive. I think anytime you join a new organization, new team, you want to show that you're going to work hard, you're going to do the little things right, be detailed, and just kind of start with that right foot forward. So that's all you try and do. And it's a lot of things had to happen, man, from surgery to the support staff to this whole transition. So I'm very grateful for all of it.
Does the knee feel totally back to normal or not completely yet?
I mean, I wouldn't say we're at 100% yet, but I know we can get there. And I think that's where we have that plan in place with the staff to be able to get there. So, man, it's just hitting the ground running and getting going.
And what's your sense of when you'll be involved in 11-on-11 drills? Do you think at some point in the next 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's all part of our plan. So as soon as we, progress, we're kind of measuring it every single week, right? So as soon as I know how I feel, we're talking, communicating, then we'll be able to roll from there.
How important is it that this offense has success for the likes of a fullback?
I mean, it's everything, right? You're a part of that. And the fullback's job is to be on schedule. You want the offense to be on schedule. You want to be on the field. You want to make sure that there's no long down and distances where you're off the field, we're off schedule, we're stressed out as a team. So, yeah, that's my job, to make sure we can all, stay on schedule, pick up all that dirty work, whatever we need to do to just make sure everyone's in rhythm and everyone can get their piece of the pie. Obviously, got a lot of playmakers on this field.
Do you feel like you guys represent a dying breed in football?
Yeah, you got to be proud of it, right? Like, anytime you strap up as a fullback, everyone on the field knows it's this set of plays. There's not a whole lot of tricks up anybody's sleeve, but it changes the dynamic of a football game. Fans know, people in the press box know, football players know it's going to be physical, and that's what you have to be proud of every single time you step on the field.
Any question about you being ready for the regular season opener in your
No.
mind? Good. And also on these backs, I'm not going to ask you about all of them, but just impressions of Chase, impressions of Raheem, impressions of Sony. You wouldn't mind going through those three individually?
Yeah, so we're all coming into a brand new room, right? And to be able to collaborate, to work together, to be able to add your own coaching points from across the league, and be able to add, whatever we need to do as Coach E installs our techniques, it's unbelievable. Raheem obviously being a part of this offense before, he's like, the dad of the room, right? Like, making sure everyone knows why we're doing what we're doing. And then, Coach E being able to speak on things proudly and with conviction, knowing that we got a guy who's been there in the shoes, who's done it before, right? And then you got Chase, who's coming in. He's the guy. He's the bell cow, and you just see all that shiftiness out on the field that you get really excited for. And then Sony as well, Super Bowl champ, like having that experience, been on the Patriots to the Rams, been in multiple rooms. So all three of those guys coming into a brand new room, myself included, you want to bring that expertise, you want to bring that knowledge, you want to be able to elevate the level of practice every single day.
How much were you chomping at the bit as you were watching the off-season program?
Man,
Rehabbing?
Way too much. It's what you live for. You're a football player. You love playing football, and that's where you want to be. You want to be in between the lines, so I'm glad to be there.
Was there anything that you and Raheem exchanged in terms of the conversation about, hey, it's good to be back, actively involved in practice after knees?
No doubt. And to see his tweets going and blowing up and all that stuff, you can definitely relate to that feeling of uncertainty, of not knowing, and to have all of that work for however long it takes, to know inevitably you will be back in between the lines. Like, that's the mindset that guy has, and that's something that I carried with me through this injury too.
Alec, we heard Mike say that he was impressed with the energy and the focus that the team had upon return. What did you notice about this team's mentality after summer break?
I think there's always going to be energy juice, like everyone's going to be hype, right? Like, everyone's excited to be out here, but then it's the focus, it's the discipline, it's being on the keys, it's showing up in shape, it's all the little things that transform into a good practice to start off. And then now it's the challenge to bring it into the film room, be able to do a walkthrough, and then be able to emulate it again tomorrow. So first day, everyone can feel great, but I think what he's talking about is that the controlled energy, controlled aggression, be able to come out here and be able to be assignment sure and be able to do your job.